I can proudly say that being the 5th Malaysian Ambassador here, who will be able to actually commemorate the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between two countries, we have seen how far the growth of relations had taken out for the past decades. To a certain extent, especially during the early years of 2000, we have been very much involved in the development and construction of some major facilities and I would say infrastructures of Bahrain. For example, the Bahrain International Circuit, we had our company who will join together with a local partner in Bahrain who constructed the Bahrain International Circuit. We are also part of the construction of the Bahrain World Trade Center, at the same time the bridge in Sitra and many others. So that definitely shown that we have shared a lot of opportunities to grow together in terms of relation as well as an economic front. And definitely Bahrain is a very strong partner of Malaysia back then and until now similarly. And now with the new Prime Minister as well as the good relations between the two leaders, His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the present King of Malaysia, Sultan Ibrahim, definitely we will see greater leaps and bounds of our relation to grow in the coming times.
How do you sort of sell Bahrain as the prime location in the region above the likes of UAE, Saudi, to Malaysian businesses wanting to expand?
At first, when I first landed in Bahrain, you're talking about during, as we were transiting from the ending of COVID, there's a lot of struggle, especially for Malaysia. We only started to open back our economy a year after COVID. Therefore, it was a struggle for me, especially post-COVID, in context of Malaysian, to promote Bahrain. And once everything has been lifted in Malaysia, suddenly you can see many Malaysians taking a lot of interest here. One thing for sure that I always say, Bahrain is the most stable country in the region. When you have a stable government, that is the strongest element that creates interest. As an island, that they have something special to offer, especially in terms of connectivity within the region and how the other regions look at Bahrain. And being a country that is first in many things in the past, that experience that Bahrain offers naturally is something that no one else can buy from. You can't find that anywhere. Being a trading nation historically for Bahrain, similarly Malaysia too. We were a trading nation before. We were the doorway between the East and the West. Well, similarly in Bahrain, you were actually the gateway into this region. So having your footing in Bahrain allows you access into the region.
What are the current trade figures between Bahrain and Malaysia, and what sort of are the main sort of imports, exports and areas of trade?
Well, the trade balance between Malaysia and Bahrain is slightly small, unfortunately. We are running with trade balance of 256 million USD only. It's not a huge economy. But nonetheless, it's not saying that there's no opportunity. You always have to find what are the areas of interest that can be the link between the economic relation between both countries. And I can foresee that that in terms of areas of opportunity, similarly as how our leaders have spoken, is to look into the area of food security and also in the development in the agriculture sector. At the same time, looking into the area of research in terms of AI, in terms of IT development and security. And one thing that I foresee, and I'm trying my level best, is for Malaysians to look into the development of Bahrain small medium enterprises. So definitely we will try to facilitate whatever opportunities that Malaysia can contribute to the region, as well as what the region can contribute to Malaysia. As you know, Malaysia has 14 states, so definitely different states have different strengths that they can offer for them in terms of business opportunities, as well as the financial support that the state can offer. At the same time, at the federal level too. So definitely these are among the advices that I have provided, or the embassy have provided for Bahrainians who have interest to undertake business relations with Malaysia.
Coming up, it's going to be your last year. What do you want your sort of number one piece of advice you would give to your successor when he comes for or she comes for the handover? What's the one thing you think you would tell them above all?
In our context as diplomat, what is being placed upon us is either to upgrade the relation or maintain your relation as it is. In terms of the term of period for an ambassador to serve, naturally you cannot see much the fruits of your labor within the short period that you have. So every ambassador will have to put a plan during its period so that it will be handed over to the next party to work it further. So I have done that. So what I'm looking at is when I pass the baton is for him now. He will be actually eating the fruits, I would say. He will be able to see things further and has to see the relation have blossomed, and you can actually pluck the fruits.
National Day will be happening, I believe, at the end of this month. What does this day mean to Malaysians all around the world, not just in Bahrain or in Malaysia? And what message do you have for the Malaysian community in Bahrain on the occasion of this day?
Naturally, in actual fact, our National Day falls on the 31st of August. At the same time, we also have Malaysia Day on the 16th of September. In normal circumstances, what we do is that we jointly celebrate this. And for us here in Bahrain, I would normally do it somewhere during the 3rd week of September. For our fellow Malaysians, my message to you is continue to share this positive value to all Bahrainians, and among yourself, you have to understand the struggles that we have in Malaysia. That doesn't mean that you are struggling here in Bahrain. Most importantly is that you must be able to become the ambassadors of Malaysia in this country that you reside, and for your kids to understand the values that we carry and nurture for the past years as Malaysians. And I hope all these elements that has been shared for the past years that I have been with them would continuously grow positively in the coming years.